guys, so here we are today. It's getting pretty cold here. Winter is coming, so it's sort of firewood season. I'm getting sort of regular loads in every week of firewood, splitting it with a log splitter. Aldi log splitter, fantastic. If you want to check out the link to the review, and you can have a look at the splitter in action. But in particular, one problem I have here, I'm on a suburban block, is I need room to store all the firewood. I've got probably 3 different areas where I store the firewood around the house, 2 of which are under shelter, but the other couple are basically outside in the weather. But I need another space to store a bit more firewood. So it's sort of out of the way. So what I'm going to be doing is building today a bench seat at the Merbu, and basically firewood storage underneath it. So let's get started. Alright, so today we're going to make ourselves a fire storage unit and a park bench. So I've got some offcuts of timber left over from this deck I've built. So we're going to use this decking board and some treated pine to make ourselves a bench seat. And then we've got a whole heap of timber that I want to use to storage out of it. It'll help keep it a little bit out of the weather as well, and hopefully look nice. Alright, let's see you guys. So I've got this Merbu decking board here. Alright, so with this Merbu decking board, so the bench seat is actually, I want it to actually wrap around and go down the sides as well. So I'll have Merbu. We're going to cut these corners on a 45-degree angle, so the actual Merbu drops down the sides, and then all the subframe will be made all out of treated pine. I've got some bigger beams of treated pine, but actually I'm going to rip them down in half, and then that'll form the main support. Alright, so do these 45s, I'll take them over to the drop floor. Alright, so with this one, adjust that straight. So lock that in and go straight to 45 degrees. Locked in. So what we'll do is we'll do it first a test cut. Alright, so that's perfect. Again with the new blade, nice, beautiful, straight cut. We'll flip it around the other side. Alright, so if we get these boards now, we'll just line both ends up, back to back. Okay, and that's nice, perfect. Nice 45-degree angle, and they're both exactly the same. Let's just check, so let's measure this up. So this is 192, and this is from the inside of the mitre. Actually, what we're going to do, we'll do the support the full length, so it's got better support, and then we'll do the legs underneath those. So we'll actually box that up. That's missing. So that's a bit too thick. So that was treated pine again, left over from the deck. So we're going to cut that in half. Perfect, exactly the same. That's one chair. They're exactly the same width. And then this left over we'll use for another job later on. Okay. So these again now are going to form the main support beams of our bench seat. it. Take it back out. This one. This one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step this in a little bit. This will lock up. So what we'll do is we'll pop these in the middle. We'll pop in this 1, 2, 3, 3 of them. Exactly the same size as these. And that'll enable us to fix the boards to them. Frame, nice and level. Okay, so now we can flip this. Okay, so we've got these 40mm screws, which are the same size as this timber. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to countersink them a little bit, just so it bites into the timber, but doesn't go through the tops. Okay. So holes are all done, countersunk has all been pre-drilled. Okay, so now what we're going to do is with these, I'm going to make sure that all these boards in the bottom are all butted together. We're going to space it evenly from the front, so I'm just going to use that distance, which is there. Whilst I'm here, we'll check to make sure that this is square. Perfect. 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 Yep, all good. Yep, that looks great. Alright. Some screws. So I'll do the first board first. That's maybe really hard. Let's get a clamp. Alright, so let's take the clamps off. Everything's all screwed in. Check the mace. Alright, let's do the legs. So, we're just going to do another box frame similar to this at this end. One at that end. Alright. Oh. Some more treated pine left over from another job. Actually, I think I found that in the construction site. So, and that'll be our leg frames. All right. Set this aside. Alright, so we want the overall height to be somewhere between 45 and 50. So, there's our legs, our cross pieces. Alright. So I'll pop in this here. So this is going to be nice and flush to this edge. Because what we're going to do is now we're going to put more decking boards on the side to give it a nice decorative finish. Let's take it off and see if how solid it is. This floor is not too level. I'm not the lightest, but that's taking my weight nicely with no sag whatsoever. And yeah, pull off the ground. It's a nice comfortable seat height, and you can store quite a bit of wood under that. I'm quite happy with the depth of it too. I think once we oil it, it should come up quite nice. Alright, now we'll put the decorative trim down the sides and the front to hide all this timber. So it's that. Alright, so let's measure the height here. So what we've got, 49. So we don't necessarily want the timber touching the ground. So let's lift it off, so say 48.5 and 45-degree moulder. Alright, so now we're going to cut these in the mitre, 45. Let's this is the plan. That'll look nice. Okay, so let's pre-mark the distance from the top to the holes, and then for the bottom, exactly the same thing. So we've got nice even spacing. Okay, so we've pre-drilled all the side boards. So what we can do is we can just pop these nails and just get them started, which makes it a lot easier later on. Let's just line this up. Line these up, beautiful, tape it in. it's all done. Nice. Finish. Alright, so that's the top and sides done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put a nice picture frame border in the front just to cover up that ugly timber, and then reinforce the back so it's nice and sturdy and doesn't wobble side to side. Alright, so let's check if this fits. Beautiful. Then we'll pop the miters down those sides and we've covered up that ugly timber underneath. Okay, so we'll pop this on its side now. Pop all the pieces in place. Beautiful. Let's give this a bit of extra strength. I'm actually going to glue it. There you go. Nicely finished. Alright, so now what we're going to do to finish it off, and again, no one's going to see the back of it, so I'm not worried about putting some nice trim. And again, this was all built with excess bits and pieces. So what I'm going to do now though is put these corners in. As you can see, they perfectly fit. And this is just to give it some support. So basically, if the seat moves left or right, this will stop that from happening. Okay, and we'll screw that in. Okay guys, so we're all finished now. So now we'll basically just clean them up a little bit and oil them, get them ready. Again, so they're all sort of uneven finish at the moment, but once I'm finished with them, they'll all look really nice. Hey Macy! How you going? I'm going to go to the pad. Second. And just do each board one at a time. One direction. Alright, so that's the first coat. And I like all the imperfections and all the stains. So you can see the difference between the two of them just next to each other already, and that's just one coat. All right, let's do the second one. Again, probably should have used gloves. Easier for clean up later on. Yeah, just a nice little ball. All right, guys, so benches are finished. Let's have a look. I think they've come up quite nice. And again, I like that rustic look with a couple of coats of Cabot sticking oil. And again, they're nice, they're really nice to touch. Really nice, silky smooth. So what we'll do now is we'll throw a couple of cushions on it. See how that goes, and then we'll also now start stacking all the firewood. Because one of the whole purposes was the fact that I basically had run out of places to store all this firewood. So hence coming up with the idea of bench seats with firewood storage under it. So let's pop some cushions on it and let's lay them up. So there you go. Couple of cushions, nice and comfy. Pillows at the backrest. And just cushions over that way. Again, the benches are fine to sit on, but nice and comfortable. You've got room for 3 comfortably with some drinks in between you. Otherwise, you can cram 4 or 5 on there quite easily. Okay, let's fill them up with firewood now. Now, in order to keep the firewood off the ground so it's got good airflow and keeps relatively dry, I've got this old sleeper, again, left over from another job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rip it down into 4 strips. And then what we'll do is then we'll place it on the ground underneath the bench seat. Just to elevate it, just keep a bit of airflow. And yeah, we'll keep it nice and dry. Alright, so there's my 4 razors, and again this is all treated pine. These are old sleepers, so these will be great. Cool, so let's start loading. Okay, so let's see how much of this we're getting through here. To be truthful, I'm not really hopeful, but we'll see how we go. You gonna help me? Come on. That's supposed to run off. Alright. Track is all done. So all complete. So a little bit extra there by the fire. It'll dry out quite nicely. So I'm pretty happy with that. Macy, what about you? You happy about that? Nice and warm? Alright guys, so it's quite a bit of work, but I think worth the effort in the end. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Again, a little bit of work, a bit of effort. Again, all of this was made all out of offcuts from leftover jobs. So I'm pretty happy about that. Somewhere to store my firewood. I've got all rid of that pile, which is great. So I've got a few different areas. Again, I'll show you in the videos ahead on what other bits and pieces of storage for firewood. I'm not going to include any plans or anything in relation to this or measurements. Obviously, whatever suits your area. Again, they're approximately 2 metres long. And I think they work pretty well. And what's great too is, again, when the firewood's not there, you can actually move them around and put them wherever you want. But this is a nice little entertaining area for the family. So, hope you're enjoying the content. Again, if you like what you see, subscribe. If you've got any other feedback or comments you'd like to pass on, pop them in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers guys.